Your cockatiel keeps nibbling your fingers, and deep down you've probably wondered, is she trying to hurt you on purpose? If you've ever stared at her beak getting closer to your hand, caught between doubt and worry, know that you're not alone. Lots of people who raise cockatiels go through exactly this same confusion, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. Have you been through this? That moment when your bird nibbles harder and you immediately think she's mad at me, or she doesn't like me anymore? Well, it's time to break that belief. Most of the time, those nibbles don't mean hatred, anger, or aggression. On the contrary, biting behavior is part of the natural way cockatiels communicate, explore their environment, and even show affection. The problem is that without understanding the bird's body language, it's easy to interpret everything the wrong way, and that can end up damaging the trust between you and your pet. And here's the point: few people know. Depending on the intensity of the bite, the moment it happens, and the cockatiel's body posture at that instant, this gesture can reveal exactly how she sees you. It could be curiosity, it could be affection, it could be a request for attention, or it could be a sign of discomfort. Each context completely changes the meaning. It's as if your bird were trying to talk to you all the time, just in a language most owners never learn to decode. Stay with me until the end, because this is one of those videos that can completely change the way you see your cockatiel. Starting today, we're going to talk about animal behavior, communication between birds and owners, and of course about the signs that many people unknowingly ignore, missing out on valuable information. Understanding bird body language isn't just curiosity, it's a powerful tool for strengthening the bond between you and your feathered companion. What you're about to discover might surprise you. Maybe that nibble you always interpreted as aggression is actually a sign of trust. Or maybe it's the opposite, a subtle warning that she needs space at that moment. The point is, without knowing how to tell these signals apart, it's practically impossible to build a peaceful, deeply connected relationship with your cockatiel. Throughout this video, you'll learn to observe details that go unnoticed in everyday life. The position of the crest, the way the body moves before the bite, the intensity of the bite, and even the context in which it happens. All of this forms a true communication map, and once you learn to read it, your relationship with your bird transforms completely. So, if you want to stop misreading your cockatiel's behavior, truly understand what she's trying to tell you, and build a stronger, healthier bond with her, this content was made for you. Get ready, because from now on, every nibble is going to make a lot more sense. Before we go on, let me tell you something. If you've made it this far, reading about these nibbles and recognized yourself in some situation, that's no coincidence. Thousands of cockatiel owners go through this exact same doubt every day, and that's why this kind of content needs to reach more people who are going through the same thing you are. If this topic resonates with you, leave a comment about what stood out to you the most so far. Tell me, has your cockatiel ever given you a nibble that you misread? How was that experience? I read every comment, and it's exactly this exchange that turns this space into a real community of people who love birds and want to understand them better and better. When you share your story, you're not just venting, you're helping another owner who might be reading this text right now and thinking, wow, that happened to me too. And since we're talking about connection, let me ask you a quick favor. If this content is resonating with you, like this video right now. It seems like a small gesture, but it carries a lot of weight. That simple click shows that this topic matters, that more people need to see it, and that it's worth continuing to produce in-depth content about animal behavior. Your participation here is what makes this channel grow and reach more people with this kind of content. People who, just like you, simply want to understand their own pet better. And if you felt that little flutter of anticipation, you know, that urge to find out the next signs we're going to reveal, then hit the hype button. Seriously, do it now. That button is the simplest way to show me you're enjoying what's coming, and it's exactly that kind of energy that motivates me to keep bringing information that really makes a difference in your relationship with your cockatiel. And speaking of continuing this journey together, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, now is the perfect time. Subscribing is the most direct way to make sure you won't miss the next videos, where we'll go even deeper into behavior, communication, and bird well-being. This channel exists exactly for people like you, who truly care and want to give their feathered companion a better life. Every subscription is a vote of confidence, and I promise to give back the best content possible. Now that you've left your comment, liked the video, hit the hype button, and subscribed, let's keep this conversation going, because what's coming next is going to show you even more specific signs, the kind most people have never noticed before. not every nibble is a bite. Now pay close attention to this because this is where everything starts to make sense. There are several types of nibbles, and each one carries a different message about what's going on in your cockatiel's mind. The light exploratory nibble happens when you slowly bring your finger close and she touches it gently, just checking out the texture and movement. The affectionate nibble comes up when she already trusts you and uses her beak almost like a caress with no pressure at all. Then there's the testing nibble, that moment when she squeezes a little harder, just to understand the limits and see how you react. The warning nibble comes along with tense body language, usually meaning "not now" or "give me space." And finally, there's the defensive bite, which is different from all of these, a clear sign of fear or extreme discomfort. The truth is that cockatiels use their beak almost the way we use our hands. They touch, hold, test, and feel the world through it. When you slowly bring your finger close and she climbs onto your hand without hesitating, that's already a decision built on trust. When she holds your finger without hurting you, she's on a kind of exploration journey, figuring out temperature, shape, movement. Many owners think the bird is angry when in reality, it's just trying to understand the object that showed up in front of it. This shift in mindset completely changes the way you see each one of her gestures. What she's trying to say when she nibbles you. Now pay close attention to this, because this is where everything starts to make sense. Every nibble carries a kind of hidden message, and decoding it is practically like decoding your cockatiel's mindset. When she nibbles lightly and curiously, the message behind it is simple: I'm curious. She just wants to explore that new object, that different movement, that strange texture. But when the nibble is gentle, calm, in the middle of an affectionate moment, the translation changes completely. I trust you. This kind of gesture usually shows up when there's a real bond built between you two, the result of a journey of coexistence and trust. But the message isn't always positive. Sometimes the nibble comes along with body tension, and there the translation is direct. Stop for a bit, I'm uncomfortable. Other times, especially near the cage, the meaning changes again. You're invading my space. This is one of the most overlooked signals among cockatiel owners, and understanding this hidden truth can completely transform the relationship between you two. There's also a curious, almost strategic behavior. Some birds learn that nibbling makes their owner react right away and start repeating it just to get attention. In other words, a lot of the time the real message is simply, I want your attention now. And here's the real takeaway from all of this. Context always matters more than the nibble itself. The same pressure, the same movement can mean completely different things depending on the moment, the environment, and the body language involved. Comment below. I now understand what my cockatiel is trying to tell me. Learn to read the other body signals. Now pay close attention to this, because this is where everything really starts to make sense. Looking only at the beak is the #1 mistake most owners make, and it's exactly what stands in the way of truly transforming your relationship with your bird. The beak is just one piece of the puzzle. To truly understand your cockatiel's mindset, you need to observe her whole body. Start with the crest. A raised crest can indicate attention, curiosity, or even excitement, depending on the rest of the context. A low crest, flattened against the head, usually signals relaxation or, in some cases, fear. Then look at the eyes. Wide open eyes, combined with pupils rapidly contracting. A movement known as eye pinning usually indicates strong emotion, whether positive or negative. The body also speaks a lot. A relaxed body with loose feathers and a calm posture shows well-being. A rigid body is basically a warning sign of tension or discomfort. Pay attention too to slightly open wings, which can signal either readiness for interaction or a sign of irritation. And don't forget the sounds she makes. Every chirp, every beak grinding sound carries information about her emotional state at that moment. And here's the hidden truth behind all of this. The same nibble can mean affection or irritation, depending entirely on the body language that goes along with it. Ignoring these details is what creates so much confusion behind the scenes of this relationship. Comment below. I'm going to pay more attention to her body now. The mistakes that make your cockatiel nibble more and more. Now pay close attention to this, because this is where everything starts to make sense. Many of the behaviors that seem to be getting worse in your bird are actually a direct result of wrong decisions made without realizing it, and that creates a cycle that's hard to break. The first common mistake is pulling your hand away abruptly as soon as you feel the nibble. This move reinforces exactly the behavior you don't want, because the bird learns that nibbling triggers an immediate reaction. Another classic mistake is screaming out of fright. which only increases her stress. Hitting the cage also makes this list, a gesture that seems harmless but creates distrust and fear. Forcing contact, insisting on grabbing the bird when she's clearly trying to get away, and insisting when she clearly wants to rest are attitudes that sabotage any attempt to build a real bond. Now here comes the mindset shift that changes everything. The right approach starts with staying calm, even in the face of a harder nibble. This alone already avoids reinforcing the unwanted behavior. Next, it's essential to respect the signals she gives, understanding that every retreat, every bit of body tension is valid communication. Reinforcing positive interactions, praising and rewarding calm moments also speeds up this transformation in the relationship. And finally, making gradual approaches is the safest path to rebuilding trust step by step. And here's the hidden truth behind this whole journey. Trust is never built through force. It's the result of patience, consistency, and respect for the bird's limits. Comment below. I'm going to change the way I act with her. How to get your cockatiel to naturally stop nibbling. Now pay close attention to this because this is where everything starts to make sense. It's time to turn everything you've learned so far into practical actions, capable of truly changing your day-to-day life with your bird. The first step in this journey is learning the times when she's most receptive. Just like us, cockatiels have moments of higher energy and moments of tiredness, and respecting that alone already prevents a good number of unnecessary nibbles. Next, use treats as positive reinforcement, associating your presence with something good, creating an automatic association in her brain that being close to you is a positive thing. Another essential point is respecting rest time. Insisting on interaction when she just wants peace and quiet is one of the biggest things that sabotages this transformation. It's also crucial not to turn the nibble into a game, because that unintentionally teaches her that this behavior brings fun and attention. And finally, reward her when she interacts gently, reinforcing exactly the kind of behavior you want to see repeated. This set of simple decisions, applied consistently, creates a real impact on the relationship between you two, generating a true shift in mindset for both her and you. And here's the most important revelation of this whole journey. When you learn to listen to your cockatiel's language, nibbles stop feeling like attacks and become a form of communication instead. If you've made it this far, that already says a lot about how much you truly care about your cockatiel's well-being, and that's exactly why I want to invite you. Comment below, "My cockatiel talks to me," and tell me which of these signs you had never noticed before. Each behavior can carry a different meaning, and I love reading the stories of others who are also on this journey of understanding their feathered companion better. If you haven't liked this video yet, do it right now, because every like helps more people avoid silent mistakes and creates a real impact on the lives of birds who depend entirely on their owners. It's a small gesture for you, but a huge one for reaching people who still don't know how to read these signs. And if you want to keep discovering behaviors, signals, and messages that most people overlook every day, subscribe to the channel. Here we'll keep bringing revelations like this, always with the goal of bringing you closer and closer to your pet. There's a video right here next to this one that goes deeper into this topic. Click on it and keep going with me over there, because this journey of understanding your cockatiel doesn't stop here.